Hilarious. I cannot with you guys. I'm about to start laughing at this.
You need help with a phone repair. Who are you going to call?
Oh my God, I don't know if any of them are handy. I feel like I'm the most handiest, like, for a repair. I had to call somebody. I would call Marlo. She's single and she doesn't repair anything. I was gonna say.
She thought it was me.
I don't want to hear from Marlo. I want to hear from you, Nene.
Sit your ass down,
Marlo, don't do that.
She will definitely know who to call, but she will not be doing anything. No. If I get arrested, I'm definitely calling Greg, my husband, and he's gonna help me for sure. Now, I wouldn't lie, Marlo would probably be good help there too, because she's been arrested, so she would know how horrible that is.
You get stuck on a deserted island.
I'll be stuck on the island with Andy. Get it, Andy?
Get it, Nene.
I love it.
You're feeling under the weather.
Yes.
Who are you calling to maybe lift up your spirits?
I know this person would bring some chicken soup and help. My husband was in the hospital and they were there. That was Cynthia. So I would say I would call her. She's a little bit more nurturing in that way, more nurturer. And I'm not a real nurturer. If I needed advice from somebody, it would depend on the type of advice. If I needed business advice, I would ask Candy. If I needed advice about a relationship, I would ask a therapist. Not anybody in this group.
You have this outfit on, you're like not sure if you're gonna wear it. Who are you gonna call for the opinion?
It's gonna be Marlo. Marlo is the fashion girl in the group.
Yes. This is Captain Marlo.
She is the fashion diva amongst all of us in Atlanta. And so, I mean, if you're gonna get a fashion opinion, you're gonna get it from Marlo or you're gonna get it from me.
You need a ride to the airport.
I swear to God, I would call Marlo. Oh, good, because you got to ride to the airport. From my house to the airport is an hour drive. So I would want to be in the car with somebody that I could really talk to for the whole hour and not feel like uncomfortable, and we'll have a good time. I'm going to probably call Marlo to take me to the airport. And I would probably text Portia if Marlo was busy. I literally could walk to her house. So if I needed help, I could literally walk around the corner to Portia's house and just ring the doorbell. Marlo lives at least 45 minutes from me.
Who would you want by your side in a haunted house?
I don't do haunted
If you had to get out of a jam, who would you call?
Frank Catania. Because Frank and I have always been there for each other. David, to me, like I've been in some jams and he wasn't there for me. I don't pull punches, I will say it. He was not there for me and I don't forget it. So Frank will be that person that I still always call.
If something broke in your house,
Frank Catania. Every morning, something's breaking in that house and he hears it from me. Meanwhile, David lives there. David seems to be getting off very easily.
so who would you ask for a second opinion on your outfit?
David. There you go. David has a good eye for things. He's very honest. He deals with women all day. He's kind of like adapted to their feminine side. So he's very in tune with like what should be right, what looks good. He always picks out my clothes. And like Frank will be like, yeah, whatever.
You get invited to like a major movie premiere. Who do you bring as your date?
I go alone. Number one, David's working. He'll show up with his Crocs on and like a button-down shirt, which are disgusting to me. Frank Catania is actually an introvert. I can't imagine like he's on the red carpet and they're gonna ask him something. He's like he like mumbles and he goes into himself. Here's this big guy that bench presses 500 pounds, and like he just morphs into this like, and I'm like, yo, God, speak clear, look this person in the eye, you know. But so I go alone.
You get some amazing news. Who do you call first?
Depends on the day. My mom. She's always the constant. Or Frankie. Or Gabby.
Who would you go to for advice?
You know what? They come to me for advice, to be honest with you.
Who would you want to go on a road trip with out of David and Frank?
I don't do road trips. I don't sit in the car more than an hour. If it's Atlantic City, I consider a helicopter. I don't do road trips. Neither one of them would want to be with me. I get very fidgety, very antsy.
Who would you rather be stuck in an elevator with, David or Frank?
Oh, David. Frank is claustrophobic. David's very calming. David's good under, like, crazy situations.
Who would you want to take care of you if you're sick?
Oh, the doctor. David.
Who would you want by your side in a haunted house?
I don't do haunted David's so white, he looks like it belongs in the haunted house. And And if I was in a haunted house, like if we were doing like a Halloween thing, I don't do that shit. But mostly they're like afraid of Frank Catania because he's so big. Nobody's coming and going boo to me. Just stay far back. David, they would ask him, you know, if he wants a break for lunch.
Mike usually doesn't give the best advice, but he's usually a go-to person if you want to know what you shouldn't do. If I needed to go on a long road trip and I needed a road dog for my road trip, I would probably call Golnessa. You've seen her driving the RV. The bitch can handle herself.
I want to rage, but I want to rise above. I want to rage, but I want to rise above.
You need an opinion on an outfit.
Do I look like I need an opinion on an outfit? Come on now. Like, who else could put this ensemble together? Bam! If I needed life advice on something like a second opinion, most likely I would call Mike. Mike usually doesn't give the best advice, but he's usually a go-to person if you want to know what you shouldn't do.
Let me articulate my point to you because I want you.
Articulate it.
If I'm sick, I'm calling Destiny 1000%. She is so caring.
You got this. You're a possum.
If I got stuck on a deserted island, which, let's face it, I'm way too much of a control freak for that to ever happen. But in the off chance that I was like, you know, taking a 3-hour tour and, you know, we got stranded, I would definitely call my husband. Like, he loves me so much.
To me. How about us instead of always about you?
He would do anything to get me home. If I needed help with a home repair, which would be unlikely, I mean, let's face it, a bitch is handy as f. But if I had to get help, I definitely would ask Adam because he's probably in the other room. I'd be like, honey, come help me. If I was stuck at a bad party and I needed to bounce, I am the king of ghosting. Like, I wouldn't even need anyone to text me. I would pretend someone texted me, or I'd be like, where's the bathroom? And I would literally just ghost. This party whack.
I guess Rob. Yeah.
If you needed restaurant recommendations.
Probably Rob because he's the oldest and he's probably eaten at the most places in LA or in the world, so I guess him. I'm gonna just wear this later tonight, okay?
Those oranges yourself.
If I needed tech support, that would also be Rob because there was this company he used to work with that actually fixed cell phones. I'm with a man who knows how to do everything.
So who would you call if you got arrested?
Rob. God, if I was in a zombie apocalypse, I feel like I would have the best shot with myself taken care of, but I guess Rob. Yeah. Rob and I are very much in love.
If you needed something fixed around the house, perhaps hanging a TV, who would you call?
Rob. Are we gonna do another like Rob montage where it's just like Rob, Rob, Rob? Rob's never mad. I've never in 11 years seen him mad. So Rob, he likes coffee with his creamer. Like I can't wait for like Rob and I to get a house one day. Rob and I are gonna have like 2 kids. Rob makes me so f***ing happy.
If you got stuck on the side of the road.
God, I don't want to give these all to him, but literally he was the only like kind of mature adult. But yeah, if I broke down on the side of the road, I'd maybe call Adam because he probably wouldn't have anything going on and would have free time to come pick me up.
No, you're trying to like rationalize this.
I'm
Stop.
not. Stop.
Stop. You're trying to.
Stop. Adam.
He doesn't know. He doesn't even know yet.
If you needed someone to break up with a boyfriend for you.
Maybe Shay, because I've known him the longest.
You know you're married when you know how to do throw pillows.
They just sit there all day and then you take them off. Then you have to put them back on.
Yeah, the other 2, I don't know, that would be weird. I mean, it's weird for any of them, but probably Shay. If I had to choose, I would be on a deserted island with Shay because definitely known each other the longest. Adam would just piss me off and Rob would probably talk about himself the whole time.
Anyone but Max.
If you were on a bad date and needed to be rescued.
I would say Katie Maloney. She's no bullshit and would help get me out of any situation, so.
If you needed something fixed around the house.
Honestly, Ariana. She's really like crafty. I feel like she knows things. Again, I'm also like not an adult in other ways. I'm like, who's supervising me right now because I'm hanging on by a thread.
Guess who I, with last night?
I'm scared.
Max.
Who would you want by your side if there was a zombie apocalypse?
That's such a good one. I think about the zombie apocalypse like more than the average person. I would say, honestly, James Kennedy, because he wilds out.
You losers!
I feel like he would just go for it, be like, let's go get him, mate. We're gonna get their eyes and their brains.
Who would you want to be stuck on a deserted island with?
Anyone but Max.
We're calling it. It's just done.
Who would you want to go on a road trip with?
Ariana.
Bye. 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 Sexual.
We just can talk forever, so she'd be a good person to drive around with.
And if you need life advice for a crisis?
I feel like Brittany and I have gotten into some deep talks lately, just about life in general, so Brittany.